Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with new information about the boy thrown from the third floor of the Mall of America. His family says the 5-year-old will need additional medical procedures. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. 24-year-old Emmanuel Aranda admitted to throwing 5-year-old Landon over a third-story balcony in an attempt to kill him in April. Landon's parents posted an update saying there is still a long road to recovery, but many call the fact that he's still alive a miracle. The man who killed a Wisconsin couple, then kidnapped their daughter, will be sentenced in about an hour. 13-year-old Jamie Kloss was held captive for 88 days in a hunting cabin before escaping in January. Family members and family are expected to give statements on the impact of Jake Patterson's actions. He faces a mandatory sentencing of life in prison. Taking that live look outside, it's been a wet morning for many. Right now, it seems we have a little bit of a break at least, or maybe just lighter rain coming down anyway. For what we can expect for our Friday and big holiday weekend, let's check in with Lisa Green.
Yeah, Fargo's right on the edge of the rain now. So we've got a little mist and fog and sprinkles out there. You can see the bulk of the heavy rain has lifted northward, more into northwest Minnesota, parts of northeastern North Dakota, and we've got a break developing to the south and west of that. So zooming in on that area, one little lightning strike east of Hubbard County. And then up to the north, we've got some more steady rainfall happening from Hallock down through Marshall County and back over to the Red Lake area. Some pockets of some downpours happening there. Grand Forks getting some good little rain moving through right now. And then heading south, there's still some rain over in Lakes Country, but you can see southeastern North Dakota. We've got some clearing happening here. In fact, I want to point out just a couple of spots here where we've got breaks in the clouds there in Sargent County and Richland County. So you're getting to see a little sun peek through there. And more of us in southeastern North Dakota will see that as we head through the rest of the afternoon. The problem with that is that causes more heating and the potential for some thunderstorms to pop up. So we could still see more rain in the south as we head into the afternoon. Current temperatures are into the upper 40s and low 50s, so not very warm out there. It's 53 in Fargo, 52 in Grand Forks. And we'll have more on that forecast for today and take a look at the holiday weekend ahead too, coming up in just a bit.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. Governor Doug Burgum is asking the president for help after parts of the valley saw some widespread flooding. Burgum says a grant would help local government and nonprofits in flood recovery efforts. The flooding severely damaged homes, buildings, roads, and farmland in areas including Grand Forks and Cass counties and surrounding areas. A Bemidji man was taken to a Fargo hospital with critical injuries after a late-night car crash. The State Patrol says 26-year-old Matthew Ousted was a passenger in a car that went out of control and crashed into some trees in Bemidji around midnight. The driver, 20-year-old Rebecca Morrison of Ramsey, Minnesota, was not seriously hurt. Police arrested a man after a chase through Grand Forks early this morning. It started around 1 when officers tried stopping a driver with expired tabs. Police say he ended up driving through University Park where rocks deflated his tires. He then took off running, but officers finally found 31-year-old Joshua Grant Boys in an alley. He's in jail for reckless endangerment, driving under suspension, fleeing, possession of drug paraphernalia, and on a warrant for failure to appear in a child support case. Let's take a look now at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. He's 38-year-old Casey Ulland. Police say he's wanted for a probation violation on a drug charge. Call your local law enforcement if you have any information about him. Overtime for Minnesota lawmakers is underway. Governor Tim Walz called a one-day special legislative session for today so they can finish work and complete a $48 billion state government budget for the next 2 years. The special session started at 10, and legislative leaders have agreed to adjourn the session before 7 Saturday morning. The last piece of the budget fell into place early yesterday when Walz and leaders of the Senate Republican and House Democratic majorities agreed on a Health and Human Services funding bill. The war of words with President Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has reached a new level. This comes as the president is declassifying intelligence material to help the Attorney General launch an investigation of the investigators who launched the Russia probe. Natalie Brandt has more details from the White House.
President Trump is now questioning the capabilities of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
I have been watching her for a long period of time. She's not the same person. She's lost it.
Speaker Pelosi suggested it's the president who may need help following an abrupt end to a meeting on infrastructure Wednesday.
I wish that his family or his administration or his staff would have an intervention for the good of the country.
Overnight, the president had pinned a tweet showing a selectively edited video from that same press conference that aired on the Fox Business Network. It showed the speaker stumbling over words.
Sending signals.
The tweet is no longer at the top of the president's Twitter feed. And the Washington Post is reporting that right-wing groups are slowing down videos of the speaker to make it appear as though she's slurring her words.
Do something historic for our country.
This comes as the president has described the actions of some of the people involved in the Russia investigation as treasonous. He's now giving his attorney general new power to investigate the investigators. In a memo late Thursday, the White House announced William Barr can bypass agencies who usually control whether their secrets are made public. Barr will now decide what the public does and does not find out about the origins of the Russia probe. Democrats slammed both the selective use of classified material and the investigation as a whole.
This is all nonsense. There is no basis whatsoever to believe that anybody in the intelligence community did anything wrong in terms of starting the investigation.
The handling of the Russia probe is already under investigation. The Justice Department Inspector General is expected to complete his report within the month. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Attorney General Barr has picked U.S. Attorney John Durham to lead his investigation to the start of the Russia probe. In our consumer alert this afternoon, pain at the pump may not be quite as bad for the record number of road trippers. According to Gas Buddy, the average price of regular unleaded gas has trickled down for the second consecutive week as refineries start to boost production. In the last week, gas prices decreased in 38 states, while 12 states saw increases at the pump. And if you're heading out of town this Memorial Day weekend and need to fill up, GasBuddy.com is reporting the lowest price for gas in the FM right now. It's at the West Fargo Costco for $2.29. That's just off of 23rd Avenue East. If you're heading south, gas at Fleet Farm off of 36th Street South is $2.49. The average tank is sitting around $2.59 a gallon. A traffic alert for folks coming back into the metro after the holiday. Starting on Tuesday, eastbound traffic on 32nd Avenue South will be reduced to one lane between 32nd Street and 27th Street South in Fargo. The road is expected to fully reopen Friday, June 7th for about 3 weeks before the next phase of construction will kick off.